have confidence in what you're saying. Like, don't be, when introducing yourself, don't be kind of scared to say you do this and that. Just say it with pride and say it with confidence.
We're here today with Pinar Ozcagdas, who was born and raised in Peckham. She's trained in a range of brow and lash services, including HD brows, brow laminations, lash lifts and extensions, and more recently, microblading. Today, she operates her business called Pin on Brows, which is located in Peckham Levels, at the hair and beauty salon called the Scissors of Oz. So, hi Pinar, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
I'm really excited to hear about the progress you've made with your business lately.
Oh, thank you.
How did you get started on your business?
Didn't really plan to get as far as I did. When I first started, it was more I wanted to learn a new skill. It was more kind of a side hustle, so to speak. I just wanted to learn something that I can do for myself. But then once I got started and I started speaking to different people and getting mentored by Oz, who's the salon owner of the person that I work with at the moment, it kind of escalated, and then I started dedicating more time and effort towards it. So now it's like my main thing that I'm doing. It just started off as like an interest, and then over time I started to really enjoy it, and then that's how I kind of got into it.
Going back to more of how you've been working on your business and brows and lash extension, why did you decide on this career track? Did you consider other career tracks along the way, and how did they get you here?
Yeah, it's funny because if you had asked me 5 years ago, would I be doing brows and lash, I'd be like, huh? What's that? Because I've never come from a background. I've always worked in schools or social services. I've always been in completely different industries. So, like I said, it started off like as an interest. I've dabbled in brows before, like tweezing my friends' brows and stuff, but nothing to the level that I'm doing now. It's more about me wanting to learn a skill, develop it, and just, I was more relaxed about it before, but now as I started doing it and growing confidence and getting good feedback, I decided to take it to the next level. Yeah, it was just started off as an interest really, and then once I did one course, I wanted to do more, and I just kept wanting to like go further and further with it really. I mean, initially when I first had it in my mind, I wanted to do microblading, which is semi-permanent brows, but I thought to myself, no, I need to learn the basics first. It's quite kind of a skillful service, and you need to kind of build yourself up first, really get to know more about the industry. So I'm glad I did it in that way and not just kind of threw myself into deep end straight away. So yeah, that's kind of how I started really.
So in this past year, you've scaled up your business significantly. Can you tell us about the latest primary business location?
At the moment, I'm based in a hair salon, or it's a hair and beauty salon now, called the Scissors of Oz. So Oz is a hairdresser. She's been doing it for many years, and she's the salon owner. And she was very interested in having like a multi-working space. So she's actually a family friend of ours. So when I first started, I messaged her because my sister said, oh, Oz looks for different people to be in the space. So I was like, oh, okay. So I messaged her, and she said, she was very enthusiastic and welcoming. And it all just kind of started from there. So we started off in another salon in Peckham, well, Peckham/Old Kent Road. And then she relocated to Peckham Levels. And then, of course, I followed her. So that's kind of how it started.
And when you first started out, what were the main business and personal challenges that you faced?
Yeah, I'd say the main issue that I had was confidence, that I had a lot of self-doubt, and I felt like people wouldn't really take me seriously because this was something completely new that I was doing. I've never been in the beauty industry before or had my own kind of business, anything like that. So I was worried that people think, oh, what's she doing? Like, how did she go from doing that to that? So for that reason, I didn't really put myself out there and promote myself as much as I probably should have, because I was worried in my abilities and what people would think. And in turn, that affected my business because I'm not putting myself out there. So if people don't know what I'm doing, then they're not going to come to me. So that was my main challenge, I'd say.
So if you could go back and tell your former self how to do things a bit differently, what would you say to do differently?
I would say just don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to do something out of your comfort zone. I was very worried about, what people think really. And yeah, it was all like in a mindset and just having self-belief, and you'll be surprised at how many people are actually supportive. That I'd say just go for it. Don't be afraid of anything that can go wrong, because you'll just learn from it. Talk to as many people as possible, talk to different business owners, talk to different people that have been through what you have been through, and just put yourself out there is probably what I'll tell myself.
And last year you were on Trampoline's program, the SPF Launchpad, Southwark Pioneers Fund Launchpad. What would you say it was like working with the other people in the group? Did you find a supportive system there?
Yeah, absolutely. It was really nice because everyone is in the same boat. Everyone is there for the same reason. Everyone's got their doubts. It just reaffirms that it's okay to feel worried. It's okay to lack confidence in certain places. It's okay to ask questions. Nobody knows anything. I still don't know everything. I'm still not in a place where I need to be. Well, I don't think I should be. It's a nice community. You can learn from each other. You're networking, and getting the personal coach as well, one-to-one coach. That was really helpful. The webinars and seminars were really helpful, and not only in teaching you different skills, but it was actually very motivational, almost like a motivational / educational webinar, which I found really, really motivating and useful. So there's so many different aspects to it that is really, helpful. And, I'm still in touch with people there, and like sometimes I might give a talk or attend, because a lot of the time it is in Peckham levels, funny enough. So I will pop in now and then, and it's nice to see everyone starting now and in the same boat really. So yeah, really helpful.
And what would you tell this year's cohort with Trampoline? Any advice?
Yeah, I'd say just don't be afraid to ask any questions. Like, no question is a stupid question. Like, really put yourself out there. Have confidence in what you're saying. Like, don't be, when introducing yourself, don't be kind of scared to say you do this and that. Just say it with pride and say it with confidence, because it kind of reaffirms to yourself that, even if you don't feel like that, saying it out loud really helps you to believe it. So I think just having confidence, and really use every part of the program to your advantage. Like, just not only listen, but take into action in the advice that they're telling you, and maybe just have like kind of a clear set goals. Write down some goals before attending of what it is you want to achieve from it, and what it is that you want to learn. Because if you write it down and have a clear, even if you've got it in your head, to write it down really narrows it down, and you're more likely to achieve those goals if you write it down, have a clear set vision. So I'd say that would be really helpful. I'll just say just really take advantage of everything that it has to offer really, and network.